Guys, at this point, by the way, I'm just giving you the picture. There's a crowd. The field is full of cars.
It's hundreds of people.
This time people are drinking alcohol in the truck. It's a party.
How did you even come up with the name Pink Apron? What's the significance of it?
Boy, I just gonna make up a story at this point.
I
used to have a cupcake business too. And I had the right people name on the cupcake.
What?
Jamaican food scene at this point, by the way, was very like the whole culinary thing, restaurant thing. It wasn't huge.
And I think what people take for granted with you is that like you're a chef and you're excellent at cooking, but you're also like a very good business-minded woman, right?
Legit.
So talk about.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sky Lounge podcast. I am your host, Timmy Sky. Welcome to episode 3. Today is a special episode. We have with us Jessica Royce again. Big up yourself, J. Royce.
Happy to be here again.
Thank you so much for coming back. It was so nice. You had to come twice.
Love it.
I'm excited for today's episode. We are talking about the Pink Apron story. And so to do things a little different this time, we figured, you know what? I'm a part of the Pink Apron story. Rissa, this is her story completely. And so I don't want to be interviewing myself and, you know, whatever.
It's both of you.
But, you know, it's because it's our story, you know? But, you know, there are parts that are truly only Rissa. So I will be, you know, chiming in here and there. But really and truly, Jess is leading the conversation today. Once again, here at the Sky Lounge, we are all about having conversations about life in Jamaica, specifically business, leadership, communication. We are Christians, so of course, our faith impacts a lot of what we say. Absolutely. But come along for the journey. We are all about learning together, lifelong learners. So we're excited. So glad you could join us today for episode 3 of the Sky Lounge podcast. And with that being said, J. Royce, over to you.
Thank you, first of all, Charissa and Timmy, for trusting me to do this.
Of course,
we're gonna hope for the best.
You know I love you. You know we love you, of course.
So Pink Apron, love it.
Yeah.
I think the best thing to do is start at the very beginning,
Always.
right? So I was thinking, so I've known Charissa now for 30 plus years.
31, no more than that. Come on.
31 years and 9 months. Anyways, but let's go like way back. I'm very curious, like Charissa. So was this always a dream of yours, like cooking for people, like this type of thing from a child? What did you want to be when you were growing up? And when did it become about food?
Let's go.
In prep school, I used to tell people I want to be a computer.
I remember that.
You remember?
I'm confident.
But I really meant a computer teacher because I really liked my computer teacher. And then in high school, I think I wanted to be a vet.
Really?
But then, I used to like animals. But then I met chemistry and I said, absolutely not. It was not my strong thing. So I did a little food and nutrition. And I was like, but you know, food and nutrition in high school is rough. Yeah, I met rock bun. Like foolishness. Honestly, when you look at it, I'm like, wow, we really need to fix this up.
Let's go.
So I guess I liked it from then, and then I got this little opportunity to go away one summer. Remember, to Art Institute?
I don't remember this.
So I went with Brit. So we went away to do like a little summer program, and I think that's when I was just like, oh, this is a wicked career.
So it was culinary you went to do, or you did like
no,
several different things?
No, it was a culinary thing. Yeah.
That's really cool.
It was like for a week or something, and basically what they do is they immerse you into the actual culinary program. So we got uniforms, we got to do all the fun stuff, and yeah, it was cool.
So they picked you from school to go, or like
you could apply. So we just applied and both of us got in, and somehow mommy and daddy sent us.
That's crazy. Okay, yeah. Cool. There's a part of your story that I want to talk about, right? Because Pink Apron is about food, right? But it's also about, it's the word entrepreneurship. Yes, it's business, right?
Yeah, business.
And I think what people take for granted with you is that like you're a chef and you're excellent at cooking, but you're also like a very good business-minded woman, right?
Legit.
So talk about high school and just tell the people a little bit about what used to go on there and when that started.
Come on.
I was your number one saleswoman.
Guys, Charissa sold everything.
So when I was in high school, probably in about fifth form maybe, when Price Mart opened. Like I remember Price Mart just opened in Jamaica, and I saw that they were selling things in bulk. And mommy used to go, and I went with her like once or twice, and I was like, ooh, I could sell this.
Wow.
So then I convinced mommy. Mommy not easy for like she's like
our parents really let us get away with
they
a
make
lot
us do
of
the illegal
things.
things sometimes, not all of them, but, you know. So I remember asking her like, mommy, can you buy me a box of Rice Krispies, because you know I want. Immaculate have the Uptown Girl. Sometimes I want to get that mark.
Miss Chin
So
from day one.
I remember buying Rice Krispie treats because I had like the assortment. And I'd take it to school and I'd sell them one and make some wicked profit. Because we never get our allowance growing
This
up.
is so clever because she looked at what the school never had.
Yeah.
And like found
Because
a little
Immaculate
baby
had a lot of
niche.
She
Uptown
saw the
snacks.
need.
They didn't
Immaculate
have that.
Competition
She
huge.
saw the need
Yeah.
and she saw her audience and she
Yeah,
was just like,
man.
yeah, man,
And
we can make some money here.
You know, them go through different times in their lives when them just want something sweet. So you just, you just get that. Anyways, so yeah, I started selling Rice Krispie treats.
What form were you in when you started doing that?
Maybe fourth or
feel
fifth.
like it was
form.
early.
Wow, being a hustler.
It was a what? Yeah,
Let's
a long time
go.
ago. Yeah, maybe fourth form. I don't think it was.
It weren't in
any
opposite
before.
uniform.
No.
Okay.
So yes, I was selling that. So I was known to that, and then I used to. Yeah, we never get an allowance, so that was my. If I want,
You look
you
at going out
had
you
money.
want to go out on the
She had
weekend, you want to buy
credit.
credit. Yeah, but then I was friends with all the other salespeople, so it was just a thing.
A
Like I'd
community.
help them sell them credits, and you get a little cut off.
What?
And then in
Are you
sixth
kidding
form,
me?
yeah, my friend used to sell credits. I remember that. And then in sixth form now, I started doing. Well, I was doing food and nutrition, and I had to store things in the fridge.
What?
So what I would do is I would go back to Price Mart, and I used to sell these
Insane.
like Alfredo.
Harrison used to make
things, and I
Alfredo
used to wake up
pasta.
early and cook like fancy pasta
In
for
high
people.
school.
Box it up. Mommy would buy me the boxes and everything.
Are you
Shrimp pasta.
serious?
Yeah,
They
man.
could order it.
And I'd sell it, like I'd check pre-orders the day before, and then I'd go and sneak it into the food and nutrition lab in the fridge.
That's
And my
crazy.
teacher, she never really tell her what I was doing, but
I
I'd be like,
don't
"Miss,
know how
can
you
just
got
hold
away
this."
with this.
And I used to sell that,
So you used to
yeah.
fully sell box lunch,
Yeah, man, box lunch.
pasta.
Yeah, so people can eat something nice, you know?
Jeez, serving
Yeah.
the people from then.
Trust
Yeah.
me.
I
Timmy,
love
do you
it.
know these stories?
I've heard these stories, and you know what's pretty interesting and cool about these stories is I'm just realizing how a natural born hustler she is,
a
or not
problem.
even hustler, entrepreneur, as you said. Because
Yeah.
me in high school, I
I
was
would
doing
never
the
do that.
opposite. I
man.
was buying from her.
No,
you know,
man.
there were people who sold and people who bought. I was definitely the one who bought. So that's really cool. That from
Yeah.
then you saw the need and all of that stuff. That's pretty cool. Reese. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. You know what I want to encourage people with? Because oftentimes, like, you might be like, oh, the grades in high school. So talk a little bit about, like, what was happening on that front.
Yeah.
And, like,
Oh,
what you
boy.
experienced in high school was there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people look at the success now and they assume it's like, oh, it's
yeah.
because you were, like, food and, you
Bright
know,
from day
whatever.
one.
But,
Mhm.
like,
No, so out of the three of us,
stop it right now.
Lauren was definitely the brainchild. Jessica did well as well. I feel like he did the
No,
good
man, about the
same
good.
way. Yes. Jessica was also quite brilliant. But anyways, high school. Wow, I just remember my parents praying a lot. Like I
Definitely.
remember, yeah, man, going to parent teacher. They used to tell my father how I'm the class clown. Cause I like to bring the vibes. And
Yeah.
school is boring. Teacher them at 9, you not really learn. You got
For some
interest.
people. Some people
So,
love
yeah,
school.
some people. I'm sorry,
It
but
was
for
boring
someone
for you.
with my brain, it was rough. So yeah, I just used to have fun, play kaluki, skip class, them kind of thing there. In terms of grades, like yeah, man, I was rocking them 50s and 60s confident.
yeah,
I
you
think my
don't
class
know.
that's terrible. I know at some schools that's
At
a
all
good thing.
schools,
No, some schools are 60s, like them yeah, like a B for 60. I think my kid that's not good.
Oi.
Trust me. But somehow but then I don't know. I guess I was a
We
sort
always
of-
studied at the end,
I
which is
never
what I
really,
did.
I just remember during CXC time, mommy used to tell us, she'd be like, go to your bed. It not makes, if you don't know this now, what you gonna know?
Wow.
So she was very chill. But I used to read and I could write, like I could write well. So I used to write my way out of those questions.
Yeah,
so
man.
like that kind of, if it's not multiple choice, I was thriving because I could fully like write it
Right.
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So I don't know if you're hearing this, but another
Yeah.
thing about you that I don't think you realize is how incredibly like social, and she's a good connector.
Yeah,
a
she's a
people
glue.
person.
She's a glue.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and that has definitely benefited you along
Yeah,
the way.
man.
Anyways, all right, so let's fast forward now. We're past high school.
Yeah.
Leaving high school, you decide to do culinary arts. Talk about that journey
Yeah.
to Johnson and Wales,
All
right?
right.
Come on.
So in sixth form, I feel like I wanted to go away from fifth form, but my mom and dad were like, no, you're too young. Which I agree. I mean, I feel like my brain going away was a bad idea. So I remember Johnson Wales rep came down to talk to us, at Immaculate, like through the guidance department or whatever. And what caught me was that you don't have to do SATs for that school. And I was just like, yes. They will basically like take your credits from your CXC scores and your CAPE scores and convert it to a GPA, and that's how you go away. So I was just like, yeah, man, this is a school because SATs and me. You know me and the studying thing. I don't mind thing, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a big pull for me. And then I looked up the school and it was, a lot of people turned out that they went there, and I was like, yeah man, this looks like a cool culinary school. So same thing, my friend and I, Brit, big up yourself.
Big up Brit.
She applied as well and we both got in. And I mean, that's, as a parent, I feel like that's a little comforting when like a childhood friend is going with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it. That's how we got there.
Cool.
That's pretty cool. I'm curious as well because in Jamaica, the typical professions to pursue, especially if you go to Immaculate or Campion, are doctor, lawyer, engineer. No one was talking about being a chef back then. So how was that for you? Did you feel that pressure, or you from day one just were like, yeah, that's not for me, I want to cook?
I mean, the grades weren't adding up to me.
Okay.
I couldn't do the doctor thing for sure, and I don't love the reading thing for doing a law.
Okay.
And the good thing is our parents supported us 100%.
And I think because they were a doctor and a lawyer, they were like, guys, you don't have to do this.
Yeah,
From
they never
the jump.
pressured us to do it.
That's pretty cool.
So it wasn't a thing for me at all.
That's pretty cool.
You know what I remember growing up, like watching Food Network a whole lot in our
Yeah,
house.
You guys
that's
used
when
to
it
watch
was
it a
like
lot?
chopped. All those
Yeah,
shows
that's
are
when
out,
Food Network just came out.
Wow.
And so
Chefs
we
were
like all our
cool.
evenings with the family were just watching stuff. So I wonder if
That's pretty
That
cool.
definitely impacted me.
And I'm sure your mom played a big role in impacting your culinary journey as well.
So growing up, I mean, this house was like what I opened our policy. Basically, mommy would always cook every single day. Up to this day, she cook dinner every day.
Still.
I don't know how she do that.
Probably
now.
right now she cooking.
And she cooks for
She
the
probably
angels.
cooking right now. Yeah, and
It's
people
just
just
two
show
of
up. No, but like people are always here. Like she always said, there's never too little to share. Literally, she always cooking. I'd always be helping her. We always had guests here or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember the first thing cooking with her was pepper shrimp.
That's
the first thing she showed me how to cook, and that was like my thing.
Really?
After, well, yeah. I mean, I love to eat pepper shrimp.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, as a high schooler, people are asking her for the recipe for the
No
pepper
way.
shrimp.
Yeah, man, for the
Serious?
pepper shrimp. Yeah,
You used to sell that one too, or you just bring it to school and give
that would
people?
be a good idea. That would have looked expensive.
Them couldn't manage the pepper
Them couldn't
at
manage.
school.
That would have a smell.
Yeah.
You can't do things obvious. Come on.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Very cool. Okay, so college happens.
Yes.
You leave now with this degree and you return to Jamaica. What was that transition like, and like getting into food industry now in Jamaica?
Okay. So, college, after I graduated, I worked for a year at Hyatt Regency Hotel. So in like
In the
banquets.
States?
In the States.
Oh,
It's
okay.
in the
Let's
States.
go.
In banquets, which is kind of similar to catering in a way, because you're doing a lot of like mass cooking.
Big functions.
Like that kind of thing. So I got to see a lot of the behind the scenes of how they order, how much you cater for this amount of people, work out, that kind of thing. So that was cool. I remember when I was coming back in my last year, somebody asked me about food styling. This is very random. Like, just asked me like, have you ever heard about food styling? And I remember saying no, and I looked into it and I started,
Googling it,
what it's
guys.
about,
YouTube.
watching a lot of videos about
YouTube.
it. So I came home, and as I came home, I jumped into a little bit of food styling, which
Really?
was very weird that they chose me to do that. But yeah, so I ended up doing some food styling.
Like
and then,
for campaigns, like big ads and them
for
type of thing there?
But what I'd fully be winging it. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
First, I
man.
would like be Googling
I'd be Googling
like,
what
how
can
to
I
make this
use
shiny.
to make this look like this. And then I
Jeez.
remember a friend from church, Gabri,
Yeah.
he gave me an ebook on like food styling, and I literally just
Go
right
through.
before the shoots,
Yeah.
I just read whatever. I go buy the glycerin, go buy the hairspray,
Wow.
and just figure out how to create things. So I
Like
used
what,
to do that.
what you used to food style? Like what type of food?
What?
Any other
Anything,
food.
yeah, any little thing. For
A
like
kind of
burgers, drinks, so
Yeah.
things like spritz in a bottle. Mackerel.
Ice cream.
The mackerel was
the
the
ice cream
worst. Oh my
shoot,
god, that
I
was
That's
so
pretty
stink.
cool. Wow.
Yeah, anything
Holy
really, literally
things,
anything.
yeah.
I did a lot of sandwiches though, cause that was I really enjoyed doing that after a while.
Okay.
And then from there I connected. I'm trying to remember how I made this link with this chef. I don't know. I must have known him before I went up, but somehow I connected back with him, and then I asked him if him have anything that he want me to work on, and he had a restaurant, and he also used to do catering on the side. So he said he needed help with both. So I'd kind of just do a little temp worker. So if they have functions or whatever, I just go prep with them, help in the kitchen, that kind of thing. Did that for a bit. And then I decided I am not working for nobody. Like,
Really?
I'm not upon this.
How
It's
old
not
are you
my
at this
vibe.
point? Do you remember?
Young 20s, maybe 21.
Maybe just come back.
21,
And at that point,
22.
you decided in your head.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I
Girl
like
been a boss from
I
day
like to
one.
do my own
Entrepreneurship.
thing. I
Yeah.
like to be able to create my own dishes. So
Yeah.
when you have to be like doing things exactly to people's liking, and I'm like, this don't taste good, but try anyone. Sorry, I don't mean your food, whoever this guy is. But you know, like,
You don't know yourself.
Guy or girl.
No, but it's like, or you know in your head, like, oh, I could do this in a different way, but you don't
Yeah.
have the freedom to
Yeah.
create.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of limits me a little bit, and it made me feel like, I can't bother. So I decided, I can do my own thing with this, like, and Jamaican food scene at this point, by the way, was very, like, the
Basic.
whole culinary thing, going
Yeah.
restaurant thing, it wasn't huge like that. Like, that was one of the big restaurants in Kingston.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, he
And
was pushing
yeah,
like the
there weren't that
boundaries.
many. There weren't that many of them. So I was like, oh, this is a good time to jump in, like that
Wow.
kind of thing.
Wow.
And it was a lot of older caterers, so there were no young caterers on the scene at all.
Got you.
Yeah, so I decided, I'm just do my own thing.
So you launched out and you said, I'm no longer gonna work
Yeah,
for somebody.
I couldn't bother with it.
Okay.
So from there, what did I do? So through my parents, they're my friends, so I just said, all right,
Links
I
on
just
links.
did what I know, like the things that I know taste good. So like I think I started making like Mexican bowls.
Do you remember
or
the
something.
cupcakes you used to make?
Oh, that was
Carissa
in high
went through a-
school.
oh,
Yeah,
cupcake
I used
phase.
to have a cupcake
She sold
business
cupcake.
too.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
What?
And I had to write people name on the cupcake.
What?
Yeah, that was like the birthday cupcake treat.
She figured out
And
how
I
to
used
make
to sell
like
them my
marshmallow
money.
frosting,
Yeah,
and then she
man.
does the rinse.
And I'd buy cake box and write happy birthday. Yeah, man. I used to do that at
Wow.
one point. That's so true. I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I used to like the Mexican bowls and just like message mommy and daddy friend them and be like, hey, you want lunch today? Whatever. And I just
You went to a grilled cheese phase as well.
grilled cheese, and then I did a pizza. I remember there was a pizza time. I used
I've
to sell
heard about your
pizzas,
pizza
yeah.
I know.
times.
I
I
wasn't
found
there
this
for
really
that.
wicked pizza recipe, and some more people did like it.
To this
and
day, I
just
don't get
used
to try the
push.
I've
pizza.
never tasted
I can't
pizza.
find a recipe. I didn't know some of them look big. So
Yeah.
I used to do that, and I like sell it to my friends' parents, mommy and daddy friends,
Wow.
that kind of thing.
Wow.
And then through word of mouth, people just I don't even know.
Let me tell you something. God
It's
just blessed
weird.
that
Yeah,
whole
trust
situation
me,
in
it's
a
weird.
really
I don't
crazy
know how it
way.
happened.
So when you started this from day one, were you operating as Pink Apron, or were you just Charissa, David and Brenda's daughter, selling lunch, or was it Pink Apron from
No,
then?
I think at that point, well, when I was doing the Mexican bowls, I had come up with the name Pink Apron. I
Really?
asked some not a random dude, I asked a friend to create a logo for
Yeah.
me. And I just was really winging it there.
So this is a question we get all the time.
Yeah.
How did you even come up with the name Pink Apron? What's the significance of it? Talk to us, yourself.
There's no significance. I'm so sorry. I really recently I said, boy, I just gonna make up a story at this point. But I just really like the color pink, and I figure you wear an apron in the kitchen. But I'm gonna tell them
bam.
that my grandma
Used to wear
back
a
in the
pink
day,
apron.
she used to wear this pink apron, and it's just so significant to her family.
Nice.
So I just figured, I need to honor her, and that's why I wear a pink apron, and that's
Wow.
why the business is called Pink Apron.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. So I have a question.
Going through Tim.
So you said you started, you saw the need in the industry, or you saw that you could do this, and so you start selling food and to your family, friends, and things.
Yeah.
At that point, was your headspace always catering, or you were thinking possibly like lunch on a day-to-day, like, because for those who don't know, Pink Apron is a catering company.
Yeah.
What we do here at Pink Apron is we cater private events, so weddings,
Anything.
birthday parties, office parties, you name it.
Yeah.
And we're 9 years old now, but we're
9
going.
years this year.
Yeah,
That's
9 years this
crazy.
year.
That's wild.
But 9 years ago, was the thinking always
I know
catering,
that.
or was it what were you trying to figure that out?
I don't know. I think I was figuring it out definitely. But it just kind of evolved into catering. That's the truth. I don't think I was like, I'm gonna start a catering company. No, I think I just know I wanted to sell food. And make money from food. And
Dope.
Yeah, that's it.
Dope.
Okay, I don't know where I am in the timeline exactly, but I feel like it's appropriate to bring you in now, Timmy.
Okay.
So
come on into my story.
you guys, but I feel like it also overlaps with how you guys met and like all of that happening.
For
so
sure.
Tim, talk to me a little bit about you meet this girl Charissa. She's cooking things. Walk us through that beginning.
Okay, cool. So great question. How did that happen? I think we met, we've been married, 5 years now?
Yeah.
And so we would have met 7 years ago, technically.
I was like 2
right?
years in,
So 2 years into Pink Apron. And so I was hearing about Pink Apron. At the time, before I even knew Charissa fully, I was getting broadcast messages from her because she because at that point she had started doing the food truck, right? So she started using the food truck from Maish, House of Loaves.
And
right? And so she started doing pop-ups here and there, and she sent out broadcasts. She'd send out like menus, same thing, like so the pool got bigger from day one. I didn't really chat to the girl, but I'd hear her say, "Oh, yo, there's a food truck pop up," and you'd see pictures and them seeing there, So I would see that, and I heard about her, and of course we were at the same church. But then when we really became friends was the summer 2016, right? We did a Morelands camp together, and man, Morelands is so special. We're just coming from Morelands, super special moment, full circle moment. But yeah, we met at camp, or we met counseling together at camp, and then we actually connected at camp itself. We spent the whole day, one day chatting. Like, we're both counselors, we both had responsibilities, but we sat down like we're sitting down here, guys. And we had our first podcast and we just, and I don't know why, but we just spoke to each other like
our life
honest
stories,
like life stories. We just spill our guts with each other, and it wasn't I like you, so I'm going to tell you everything, or you like me, so I'm going to tell you everything. No, it was just like, as friends, we're chatting and we're connected. And long story short, if you know me, I have questions all the time. I ask bare question, right? So the girl tell me, so she do food styling and all of this, and I'm just like, what is that? And she's like, I cater. And I bear in mind, me never grew up getting cater at my house. So it's like, what is a caterer? What do you do? How does that work? You cook for how much people? And funny enough, she was actually catering an event that weekend at the end of camp. You were doing the launch for Mystique at the time.
So good.
I don't remember this.
So she was doing the launch for Mystique, and so she was heading back into town to cater. I stayed at camp an extra week, so I didn't go. But she was sending me pictures of what food looked like, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And one of the things I said to her when she left camp was, yo, let's keep the link, let's stay connected. And so come back to town.
You liked her then?
No, just friends. It's just a friend team, man. Yeah, it's just a friend team. So I come back to town, and it so happened that we live literally 2 minutes away from each other. Same road, just I'm up the road, she's down the road. So she linked me and said, oh, by the way, I have a food styling shoot happening today. If you're interested, because I was asking bare question, how that work, what's that all about?
You can come. If you know.
So I was like, yeah, man, absolutely. And you don't know, so we'll have to feel official. Can't just be sitting on set looking idle. So she gave me a Pink Apron shirt. And I was just being her assistant, and so I would just walk the things out, walk it back, and I'd just be looking and very quiet.
Hasn't ended, Tim.
Yeah, it hasn't ended. But yeah, that's kind of how I got introduced to Pink Apron. And then also what was really cool about it, by then she was not just food styling but catering.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's this whole story. So I used to drive a highest bus, a white highest bus named Betsy. Love of my life, first love of my life. I used to drive it, actually. I used to drive it from time to time. It was my dad's bus at the time, and Rissa saw the bus, and Rissa being a real Chinese woman and hustler, she got a bigger job than usual because she had her car, and that would serve her up until this job. And like, she was just like, Timmy, can you beg your daddy if we can borrow the bus to pack it up with
Uncle
all
Paul
the stuff
for
catering? And so literally I would just ask him, hey dad, can I borrow bar the bus to help Rissa on this job. And what was so cool was I was still in college at the time, and she's like full out working woman doing her thing. So I had enough time. You know, college students have enough time. And so I end up going on the jobs with her as a driver and team muscle, which I still am to this day.
It was just you two at that point too. Like she didn't have a big team.
She didn't have a big team, but you had people that you'd bring in from time to time. Brit would come. Blackwood and other people would come. But I never ever cooked. Still don't. But I would assist if we need to fry off something. But like what was cool was naturally I would just take to the front of the house, and I was also studying marketing at the time, and so I also offered, hey, if you want me running social media for you, I can. And she was just like, gladly, here you go. And so I got to put into practice what I was learning at school. Got to be like a decision maker as it related to how we post, what we do, all of that stuff. And so that's kind of how I got introduced to Pink Apron. And of course, last but not least, I was washing dishes left, right, and center. Nice. I was just washing them dishes.
Let me tell you something people don't see about the catering business. It's so nice. The cooking part,
it's nice, man.
The serving, the people, and then after when you get home,
it's crazy.
Clean.
In fact, I tell people catering is really a 3-stage process. You have the job comes in, we're confirmed. Let's say we're catering for 100 people, and they choose the menu. You first have to shop for the event, right? You have to make your list. You have to shop. Then you have to prep. After you prep, you have to pack up and execute. After you execute, you come back, offload, and clean up. It's like a whole step-by-step process. It's not just the pretty that you see, but it's a lot. So that's how I got introduced to it.
Okay, and then fast forward a little bit, you guys get married.
Yes, we got married. So really and truly, we because we started dating, I just naturally was a part of Pink Apron from the jump. And Pink Apron was a reason to hang out. And so really and truly, before we're married and we're chilling with each other, couldn't chill in our room, couldn't chill, we're in the living room. So if I'm coming over, it was just to help. So we just be in the kitchen every day, assisting with jobs, all of that stuff. And I really started to believe in this brand called Pink Apron. Rissa's food was absolutely amazing. When she cooked for me the first time, it tiny. Still remember.
That's how I got
remember. I just want
every man say, yo, you win, bro. You might
he lost. The keys to teach them guys, and then they cook.
I did not. But so she timed me with some Korean barbecue wings. That was really good. Still remember. And she made a grilled cheese sandwich for me. Still remember that bossy 3-decker grilled cheese sandwich. Still remember that. But and also bear in mind, Rissa was always a friend who's a chef where you say, yo, cook for me now. She'd never cook for you. So when she did,
why would I do that?
I was like, she loves me. So I was blown away. But so we did jobs together, and I was just falling in love with the brand, falling in love with the process, falling in love with the woman, and just loved every minute of it. I remember, ambitious, one time I said to her, like, I think we're boyfriend and girlfriend at this point, and I said to her, Riss, I really believe in this business, and I don't have any money to invest, but I have time, and I want to invest my time.
It's just special for everyone dating, right?
I want
you
to
might
give
not have the money, guys, so just go wash some dish.
Sweat equity, you know what I mean?
Man,
so that's what
that
I tell
win
her.
anytime.
That's what I tell her. What points she started paying me, she used to give me a little 8 grand or 10 grand based off what a woman do. I was just like, look at gas money and thing feel special, And then of course I was front of the house, and so we got to marry our talents, which was pretty cool because she's gifted when it comes to the food, and I believe I'm gifted when it comes to the people. And one of the things we love to say at Pink Apron is, you bring the food, you bring the people, we bring the food. And so it's a full out experience, from serving people, interacting with them, to them tasting the food. And so we really complement each other well. And so we did that for 2 years. We got married shortly after that. And at that point, life got real. I had to get a legit 9 to 5. Used to work at Boss Furniture, and I would work at Boss Furniture in marketing and sales by day, and then I'd leave at 5 o'clock, put on the apron, and we jump in the vehicle and head out again.
Yeah, I was
and-
gonna ask you. So when did it be like,
Yeah.
okay, no, you need to stop?
So it was crazy. So at that point, again, people see this thing called entrepreneurship and think, oh yeah, man, it's just about making money or it's just about showing up. But Risa was literally doing everything. She was answering the phone. She was doing quotes. She was shopping for the groceries. She was running the books.
Yeah, man.
She was then in the kitchen
It was
prepping.
insane.
While prepping,
Yeah,
she was still answering the phone. Have to run out if she realized, oh no, the
leave
client said
something.
no,
Yeah.
it's 20 more people coming. I need more food.
Yeah.
And I'll be at the desk and getting the calls. It's so crazy over here, XYZ. But at the time, the business couldn't sustain the both of us, right? And naturally, Risa is a risk taker and I'm risk averse. You know, I'm
Yeah.
just like, no, we need
wait.
something
Yeah.
solid, you know? And so eventually, 1 year into the marriage, almost to the day, it got to the point where Risa was like, Timmy,
I
I
need
need
help.
you in this
Yeah.
business
Need to-
full time. And that
Gotta
was
let that
always
go.
a goal and vision and dream, but it took a while to get there. And we didn't just say, all right, cool, you need me in the business, let's go. No, I went for godly counsel and advice, and so I prayed
Look at
about
you.
it. I personally felt at
Yeah.
peace about it. We felt like we could,
Yeah.
and we saw enough in front of us to not just be completely 100% faith, like, yo, we don't know where the money coming from, but we saw the demand was growing, the popularity was growing, things were happening. At this point, we had gotten a food truck, and that was like a big boom for the business in terms of popularity. We went from like 5K followers to 10K followers in a year.
What?
It was crazy. And so things were happening, momentum was being gained, and then I went to my father-in-law, I went to my pops, and they both supported the decision, and they're like, yeah man, do it. They didn't know the numbers, they didn't know anything.
Yeah.
They were just like, yeah, do it.
I think
And
that's
God has
something
been
that like
so good. He
stands out to me
sustained.
with this story that
Yeah.
both of you are sharing. It's just how much the family supported
Mhm.
it.
Big.
And like even that God
You
will
were
put
on
you
the
guys
jobs,
together.
girl.
Yeah, man.
Big.
Sometimes
Yeah, man,
I work
Jessica
Pink
used to work
Apron,
for us
we're
to
on
this
top-
day.
To this day.
Unofficially, I didn't work. Yeah.
Call Jessica
No,
Jess.
everybody
we completely
random
forgot.
thing. Let's forget ketchup. Somebody
Yeah.
else
Oh,
flight go
gosh.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Like
It's probably
yeah,
a
man.
week ago we did that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
family effort. I mean, our family built the kitchen that
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
work
mommy,
in.
That's
oh
true.
gosh,
You know,
literally.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
even
that's
even
true.
in our first year of marriage, my dad, his wedding gift to us was he gave us $20,000 every month for a year,
Yeah,
just to
help
support,
us, yeah.
just to support. And I was just like, yo, you know how much time that
That
20 grand
help us,
coming
trust me, oh my
like,
gosh.
like
Yeah, we did
Trust
that
me,
so
I
no,
fine.
trust me,
I
man.
mean,
God has
things
been
are rough.
good.
And
The
they're
boss-
moving soon, but they live in.
Yeah,
We're still
yeah,
here.
man.
We're in
Yeah,
the living room.
right?
We're in the living room.
Well, yeah, man, God has been good, and it's been a family supported
Yeah,
venture.
100%.
Honestly,
Yeah, man.
they've
Love
been
that.
they've supported us, and you've been a part of that
Yeah,
too.
man.
You know, so it's
Forever, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, well, you mentioned the food truck.
Yes.
And I just wanted to talk about one particular food truck story, right?
Oh my.
So the food truck,
gosh.
this is the first time you did a
Yeah,
food truck.
basically,
Nice.
it's
So-
like the third
So
official
Charissa,
time.
there's a whole story behind even
Yeah.
buying that food truck.
Yeah, man.
That was a miracle.
Yeah, man.
So
that
I
was
don't know
a
if you want to
man.
take us from the
Yeah.
miracle of that
Yeah.
and then talk about the first time you did it and
Yeah, man.
all that
the one
conspired.
story, sure.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so I've always loved the food truck culture because Miami. I remember, I think on like a Tuesday, food trucks would just line off the street. Jamaica never really have a lot of food trucks like that, but House of Loaves was one of the more popular ones. Even how we got to work with House of Loaves, I literally saw the food truck on the road. I think I was with you. I was driving with somebody
It
and I was
wasn't
like,
me.
follow the truck. And I followed it and I just stopped and I said, hey, what's your name? And I got to know the
In
guy.
traffic.
In traffic. And I took his number. And then
You're
we came up with the
crazy.
idea to do a pop-up. Just really random. Random things happen
Crazy.
all the time. But it's good. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Anyways, so like around this time I started talking to Timmy and I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
man.
I want a food truck. Timmy.
Yeah,
I want
man.
a food truck. I
Yeah.
want this, whatever. I remember it was a Sunday evening. Our friend Kathy
Big up
called us
Kathy.
out of the blue.
Yeah.
It was really weird. And she was like, you guys want a food truck?
Yeah.
So I was like,
That's God,
yes.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I know a guy that's selling a food truck.
Yeah,
Just come
man.
talk to him. Like, come
Yeah.
sit down and talk to him.
She has no money, by the way.
Yeah, man, as usual. You know me, faith.
Yeah,
So I was like, okay, don't have the money to buy a food truck. Cause food
Yeah.
trucks run for like
5 mil
5
up.
million up, basically.
Just get
Anyways,
married.
We're just
Yeah,
married.
but
yeah.
we've been praying for a food truck this
a
whole
while,
time.
yeah.
God, we want a food truck.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So it turns out that the guy who was selling it was the owner of Truck Stop. So we went to Truck Stop to meet with this guy.
The man like her, yeah? No, love her, like a
one of
little
my
daughter.
favorite feelings, to be honest. Trust me. So we went there and we sat and we spoke with him. And so basically they had, I don't know if you remember back in the day, Truck Stop on, what's it, West Kings House Road or something?
Fontana.
They used to have like a bunch of like trucks and things just park up there.
Yeah.
And what's funny is we used to hang out at Truck Stop
there.
a lot. And I'd look at the food trucks and be like, yo, I don't want one of these, you know. So it turned out that the same guy is the one who's selling it. So we went there, we sat with him, and yeah, he basically told us like him have this truck, but him don't want to sell it to any and anybody, and him just vibe with us.
Like little China girl, little China man.
He was so nice, and him take to us somehow. And I said, boy, to be honest, I don't really have the money, but you know how much you're selling it for. And I kid you not, guys, this was America. This truck was a shell, but he sold it to us for $1 million, and that was probably all the money I had
exactly what
in
we
my
had.
bank account. And I was like, all right. So we prayed about it.
Told our family again, asked them, and they were just like, go for it.
So we emptied the bank account.
Yeah, man. Big faith move. Spent it all on the truck.
And we just, we spent it all on the truck. And basically the guy agreed to outfit it for free. Not outfit it for free, but like build it up for free using what we already had. So, because I thought we'd have to like buy all this big equipment, whatever. And I was like, no, man, you can use what you have.
Use your fryer.
Use your fryer. Use it. And then he basically just built it up for us for free. And
we just paid for the material.
Yeah, we just paid for the material, basic labor costs, and that's how the food truck came about. It's crazy.
Crazy. Just to add to that too, is that, you know, when not only did he offer to build it out for us for free, but then he offered his space as a place where we could do pop-ups for it, free of cost.
Like when I went to meet with him once with you guys, he was literally just throwing advice at kind of stuff.
Yeah, man. Trust me, because he's been in the restaurant business for so long, and he used to just sit down and just tell us stories upon stories and just encourage us like, man, go for it.
It was really cool.
Trust me.
God.
I just want to make a point that there's a lot of humility in being willing to learn from people who have gone before. Like,
definitely.
She won't say it, but I can see. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Okay, Timmy now.
Yeah, the story.
You have the food truck. And you have this brilliant idea to launch it.
So it's crazy, right? So we get the food truck and it's right around Carnival time, right? Carnival is maybe 2 weeks away. We get the truck 1 week before Carnival, fully ready to go on the road. And at this time, Fontana on Waterloo is not even up yet. You know, it's just a sidewalk, and people know that, people always selling food on that road, and that's kind of where people linger. So Omar and the guys like, park right beside us. We're going to put the truck there the night before Carnival, and we're just going to sell food, and we're going to hustle, and we're going to go hard. So of course, again, we take this big faith move. We spend money, buy the food, not because again, the difference between like a pop-up versus catering is catering, you know exactly how many people you're paying for. People pay for it ahead of time. They give you a deposit, you use the deposit and go buy what you need, and then they give you the balance after. If people show up or not, it doesn't matter. You're getting paid. With pop-ups, it's different. You have no idea how many people are coming. You don't know what to expect. You know that you can make money, but you don't know how much. Lots of things are at play. Weather, vibes, people, safety, all of these things, right? So anyway, the man say, buy as much as you can because you're gonna sell it off. And of course, we had a really cool menu, Mexican inspired, nachos, elote, all these we had pops, everything. It was a vibe, man. And we're prepping the night before, and the plan is we're gonna show up on that road, park up the truck and sell. Lo and behold, we get a call that same night only to hear that whoever, I think it's the government maybe, or the people who own the property beside him have put up a chain link fence. And so we can't park the truck where we had intended. We'll have all this food in our fridge and freezer, and we're just like, what are we gonna do? We get a little side event here, and it's like, off the main road, and so we said, boy, we just have to try. And we'll go try sell, but I think if we sold 50 meals, we were lucky on the whole Carnival day. It was rough. man. It
Yeah,
was
it
rough,
was
sad. So it was a flop. It was a big fail. And so, you know, we said to end the night, we're out all day. 50 meals, if so much. To end the night, let's go over to La Chusan, right?
It was a
And there's an
open
empty,
lot.
nice empty lot at La Chusan. So we'll go
nobody
over there.
knows.
Nobody was but dirt.
We'll go over there and we just again using WhatsApp. We send out a broadcast. Hey guys, Pink Apron is at
Yeah,
La
food.
Chusan. Come get some food right now.
let
We
me
drop
tell
our
you.
prices slightly and people start to forward and people are forwarding and people are forwarding. All the security guard from La Chusan come over. Him get on.
And him
He's
say,
like,
"Yeah, man, I don't
he's
know,
just
come
like,
back here."
this is so good. Come back next week,
Yeah.
guys. This is so good.
So
So
sad.
maybe by the end of the night we sold 80
No,
to 100
I think you're
meals.
underselling this though.
No, this isn't a big one, you know.
No,
This isn't the first
This is
time.
No.
You guys did it one time before.
Yes.
I never knew
Carnival
that.
night.
So this is carnival, right? So we
Yes.
go home, we've made a loss. We don't make no money. We still have the food, so we put it back in the fridge and freezer and we say, all right, how we going to do this? Risa decides, you know what? We're gonna go back to La Chusan again the next
Sad,
week.
yeah, yeah.
So the night before, we say we're gonna pop up on the Friday. So Thursday, we send out a broadcast again, and the
Post
thing
it.
goes viral. Like everybody knows about
Crazy.
it.
It was insane.
And so this is our
Crazy.
first official food truck pop up now, and we're heading to La Chusan. We don't book a venue, we don't whatever, we don't get permission, we
But
just
we did,
show
for
up.
the record, we just thought it was a
Yeah, we
open
thought it was an
piece of
open lot.
land
We thought it was
that
free land.
No,
Yeah,
we never
Yeah.
know,
It was
say
innocent.
There's no sign
yeah.
that says this is
There was
private
no sign,
property.
anything, 'cause
They put it up
nothing.
right after.
No, but market people literally
Yeah.
yeah. there all the time.
Higglers,
And there's a
pan
little
chicken
pan chicken man
man.
there every night.
Yeah.
So we just say, yeah, man, we're going out there. We tell people we're gonna be there 7 p.m. until
We're
the food
late.
done, right? We get there 6:55.
Yeah, but
you see,
we're better now.
When we reach at 6:55,
Guys, cars,
literally at 7
cars.
p.m. hits, you know, you just see cars. You just see
Like,
cars. You just,
crazy.
yo,
And
And this
cars
time
from
the road
all
never even
over.
block off like
No,
it was
you
like-
just see
it was
cars, cars upon cars, and then before you know it, we're in the middle of the field. We see the line go all the way, almost touching Wendy's, and
Yeah,
we
it was
look up,
terrible.
and it's just people. We've never done this before.
Well, not
We
even
don't have
at
a
all.
system, and we're
And you know
just
what's worse?
taking
People who
orders.
probably never even knew they saw the crowd and they're like, all right, let's
Like,
just
what's
go.
I kid you not, people were turning into Wendy's, saw the crowd and follow
come over
us.
there. Yeah,
and
man,
it's
it was
all it's
crazy.
just a vibe. People are tailgating in the dark. There's
Yeah, I
no lights
remember.
on the field, and we're running
patch.
food. And we're selling food for like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, only to hear somebody with a deep voice come, sir, who gave you permission to be here? What are you doing here? I look up, it's a security guard from next door
Said
telling
brother, we
me.
know it last week.
Oh.
He said security, not the guy from last week. I was like, the guy from last week told me I could come. You know? And so he's like, who gave you permission
were
to be
mad.
here? Lock off the oil, this and that. I look up, I see my friend who's a lawyer and another friend who's a lawyer, and they're like, no man, keep selling. And so they're like, come take my money. So they give me their money and I'm like, sir, you want a food? I'll sort out a little
Guys, at
thing
this
for
point,
you.
by the way, I'm just giving you the picture. There's a crowd. The
Yeah,
field
it's
is full of
It's
cars.
crazy.
It's
It's
terrible.
hundreds of people.
People are, this time people are
Crazy.
drink alcohol in
Yeah,
the
man.
truck.
Yeah,
It's
man.
a party.
Well,
Like,
it
it was
was-
just
it was
insanity.
actually so bad we started to give out pops. So just say,
Yeah,
here,
because
give
of the
people in the
line, we're like,
line,
just give them
just
away.
give them pops so that
Yeah.
they can have something to drink while them wait. But people are coming and ordering food, and like the security going on bad and telling us what for lock off. Him tell us so him call the
just
police, and so when we hear call the police, all right,
That
cool.
was like, all right,
That
shut
was
it down.
I'll do it.
No,
After
ten.
I'm out.
We lock off the fryer, we sell whatever was there to be sold, and we are like, we out, right? And so by the time we shut our door, load up to the truck, and we get ready to drive out, we hear the police arrived
Yeah, man.
5 minutes after.
Police
And the
surely
last
did
thing
come.
I did was just shout, yo, we are gonna be at 6 Hope Road right now. We just say we're going to park outside the house and finish selling. And
Yeah.
I kid you not, people
Yo.
came to the house,
That was
and I
like
called my
insanity.
sister-in-law. I run an extension cord from the truck to the house, and we
was very-
sell. And people, you look up the
People
road,
are
down the
also
road.
Also, we're on a
On our
cul-de-sac,
road.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's just
Listen,
car.
And people are just
car,
sitting
and
on the
people are on the sidewalk,
eating.
and everybody's
It
like,
was
"Yo, this
crazy.
is so cool. This is
Crazy.
vibes, X, Y, Z." But yeah,
Well,
fully, we almost got locked up. We
And we
almost.
definitely got a strong
We got
Instagram thing.
we got a
threatening
strong
to
message
lawyer,
from the people them
say
after
whatever.
threatening to take legal
And that we
action.
need to pay
then
how
you
much
walked in
money.
there and supported them.
Always, But yeah, listen, that was crazy. It was crazy, but it was pretty cool. It's fun to talk about. No, it was pretty scary in the moment, but and
so
we made back our money.
Pink Apron gets this reputation, in my opinion, as like this cool young food truck. Like anytime you pop up now, there's crowds like going and stuff.
Crazy.
All right, but then no, I want to come tonight now and listen and what happened in between that point. So you're catering more, you're catering bigger events. Your name is going around. You're catering in all sorts of circles at this point. One person like it, they recommend it to their friend. Like, how does that work?
Boy, I think the biggest tool in marketing is word of mouth, and you're only as good as your last event or meal, and God has been good. Every event we've done, it's been a success till now. I don't know how many events we've done, but it's been a lot. Typically we work from a Thursday to a Sunday, and it's really been cool in the midst of that, because we took a decision about 2 years now to say we don't take jobs on a Monday regardless, because meetup is on Monday, and as you know, Mondays are for meetup. And meetup is for you, and so we said no jobs on a Monday, but God has been faithful. He's provided, and jobs keep coming in. We have an IG page, but I don't even think we use it to the best of our ability. I know Rahman is cussing me off in his head right now, but God, it's literally been a God story. Like we don't even like actively like say, hey, you need a caterer. Business comes to us, and it's been such a blessing. But it hasn't just been that in terms of just like natural, because also we've had people along the way, like a JA Food and Drink Festival that's always pushed and promoted local talent and chefs out here, and that's been a big part of just getting
like
the brand out there.
The food culture
even
has changed out of that food truck. I want to say
the food culture has definitely changed in Jamaica. People no longer just want a box lunch with curry gravy. They want elevated food, and it's just an experience in and of itself, and that's just been how it's been. And God has been good. We've even flown out to do international jobs. We've participated in Jamaica. South Beach Food and Wine Festival. Flown out to do that. We've cooked for the Governor General. We've cooked for Usain Bolt. We've done a lot.
For everybody.
God has been kind. God has been really kind, and we've had great clients, because not only do we get new clients, but we have loyal clients. So we've had clients where we did their graduation, we did their wedding, we did their mom's birthday, their dad's birthday. We've literally grown with some families. We've seen babies born. We did the baby shower. We did the first birthday, with third. We've seen families grow, and so it's been really cool. And we also have a great team. We have a fantastic team now, and we're just growing. We're doing our thing, and it's been good. We'll also start doing products now, so we have some products in the pipeline, and that would have come like through the COVID time. Launched products.
That's like a whole different story.
Even just to be standing after COVID is a miracle upon miracles. Like, competitors in the business have either migrated or lock up shop, and they've given us more market share to take over and to be a part of and serve, really and truly. And I really do believe it's just a God story
for sure.
in and of itself. So
I think it's beautiful how you guys have kept the relationships even within like the industry. Because like if you talk to any chef, like everybody loves Charissa and Timmy.
Man.
Like,
no, it's God. And that really stems from, we believe like we're serving people, not just our clients, but whoever it is we work with. And so we want to foster that culture, and it really comes from being a Christian. I believe we want to be like Christ even with our service. So before we go out and do anything, we pray in the car, and we always say, Lord, may people experience your love through this food and through us. May we be your hands and feet. So we see it as ministry in a sense, and it's open up the doors to conversations with people we would never ever think we'd meet in life, and just get to experience. And it's just really cool. It's really cool, both on the client side and the service provider side, whether it's a chef, a waiter, whoever. It's love on both sides, and we truly believe food brings people together.
For sure. Okay, so this is kind of like my last thing, I guess, but we'll see what happens. But I'm just curious. So as entrepreneurs, as doing this for so long, I must imagine there must be failures. There must have been a lot of hard times. Man. There's the tears behind the scenes that people don't see. But I'd love for you to just talk a little bit about that, like handling failure. Like, what does that feel like? Like, I know a lot of the time people don't see this, but like when you're working this, like it doesn't end, and Carissa's mind is constantly on this. Yeah. So can you kind of walk us through like what that's like emotionally, like how you handle that? How you stay like going, how you stay like.
I guess what comes to mind is like when like staff leaves or something like that. Like that's, man, I think I'm at a good place now. But I remember we used to have a guy, Barry, the best. Oh my gosh. He used to work with us. Even how he
like an angel,
he was literally like an angel. Literally how we met him was so random on a hilltop in Jamaica. Spoke to mommy and somehow he ended up working with us. And like, trust me, he has been such a big
blessing, massive blessing.
Yeah. And he would just talk to you and like tell you can do it. Yeah.
Exactly. But even with Barry, we knew he was gonna leave eventually because he was from the States. So I remember when it was like coming up to the time for him to leave now, it's like it started getting real. And it was just me and him at one point and probably one other person.
Yeah, Barry could do the job of 10 people.
Yeah, because literally
he carried a lot of weight, man.
Yes, trust me. Literally, this is the thing that people don't even know. Pink Apron, our staff is so small.
Our team is small.
We're doing events for 1,000 people and it's 5 of us in that kitchen.
Yeah,
just hustling it out. People don't realize, because people would ask us, why you can't do 2 events?
Yeah, or
like just send half of your team here. And I'm like, no, it's
we are the team.
It's us. Yeah. So I remember when he was leaving, like I literally felt like a stab in my heart. I was like, oh God, how is this gonna work? Like I feel like, okay, I can't take no big jobs no more or whatever. But I guess I just learned to just trust God, and literally God provided people after a while. Yeah. And then I mean the truth is things happen, seasons change, other staff members leave, but it's never on any bad terms, nothing like that. It's always like
and God. Then anytime they're in Jamaica, everybody's coming straight back to the kitchen.
Yeah. What's crazy is that I feel like God kind of stretches me in a way, and it shows me like, oh wow, I could do a lot more than I thought I could. And you know, you just shift around how you do certain things and you figure it out, but in the moment it's always like I hit it's like to the point where I feel like I could cry sometimes.
Yeah, man.
It's rough, man.
Yeah,
but
man.
Yeah, you just press on.
How about you, Tim?
Yeah, I would say I agree with everything Rissa is saying. The business has been challenging there, but I think the challenge is like what Rissa is saying is opportunities to grow. You know, and what's really cool is that we get to do this together. You know, I think that's again God ordained and a blessing, because if we weren't doing this together, we wouldn't see each other. Like catering is that type of job where you're out of the house majority of the day. Jobs are late night, so if I was working like a regular 9 to 5, we just in passing we'd see each other. Come home 3 a.m, wake up at 9, you know, and then by the time you wake up, your husband gone already, and it's just we wouldn't see each other. So the fact that we get to do this together and we're literally building something together, not just for ourselves, but really and truly thinking about the future, the generations to come, that keeps us going even in the hard times. Another thing is it really does feel like a gift from God, honestly, and almost like a calling. You know, it sounds weird to say that about culinary, but
taste the food though, honestly, I say literally something is like anointed about
there is an anointing on it, I believe, and we see it as ministry. So again, that keeps us going. Another aspect of it is we really want to, and we really believe in Jamaica. We believe in building Jamaica. We believe in pushing the envelope as it relates to those traditional professions. It's not just doctor, lawyer, engineer. There's chef, there's wedding planner. There's so many other options that people can do where people probably would not want to, you know, say out loud, I want to do this, I want to pursue that. There's film, there's production, so many other opportunities and avenues, and so we want to be a part of pushing the envelope to show you, hey, you can do this, you can make money, you can be successful and do these things. Even being a
them people
you can make money, you know. And really and truly at the heart of it, it's serving people. And a big part of what we also want to do is we really want to change the culture, because there is such a lack of great customer service in Jamaica, in the hospitality industry. So it's a mission for us, you know. And when the going gets tough and tough gets going, you keep pushing, you keep going. You know, we are also believe in the youth. We believe in young people. We believe that, you know, there's a transition happening and we get to be at the forefront of that transition. And so we're doing this not just for our family and our people, but also other young people and young entrepreneurs and young chefs along the way. And as our team grows and as our staff grows, we're realizing that we're changing lives at the same time. So it's not just Charissa and Timmy's pockets alone, but we've impacted so many people around us just through this business. I've seen people's lives change through this business, and so we want to continue to develop that and keep doing that, and so that keeps us going. It's tough, because business in Jamaica, man, they say if you can make it in Jamaica, you can make it anywhere.
And we prophesy you guys are going all over the world. And
to be standing 9 years later, still figuring it out, learning it, because of course we're new to this. We're learning on the spot and on the go, but God has been so faithful and kind, and so we stay obedient to Him, and we keep leaning into what we believe God has called us to do, building. So.
I think it's beautiful. If you're on the road, guys, sometimes people mistake me for Charissa, right? But the level of joy that people express when they see Timmy and Charissa, it's like ridiculous.
Jeez.
And how people and these are not Christian people. These are literally people from all
walks
over the place, all personalities, everything, and just how much people love you and what you guys do through Pink Apron. I think that's amazing, y'all.
Appreciate that, Jay.
So tell us what's in the future for PA.
Very exciting news. We're so go right ahead. You can it's your message to share.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, I'm like, oh my god. So Pink Apron, guys, let me tell you, God is good. Like this story, I have to do a whole podcast on this. Okay,
eventually, part 2.
But Pink Apron is finally getting a space.
Yeah, we're getting a home.
I'm so excited. Like I could cry, but I'm not gonna do that.
I feel like we're going through the story. I'm like, wow,
it's really exciting.
This is America.
Yeah.
We're opening
doing
up
exactly
space.
what I have notes in my phone, like literally praying about this specific kind of thing, and I've said
even
it for
the
years.
location is so precise.
Wild.
It's so close to where you did the puppy battles.
That's so true. It's right
Facts.
there. Yeah.
Facts.
And Timmy and I used to literally drive to the gym, and I'd be on that road, and I'm like, Timmy, I want us to get a space on this road, and we'd see like this like abandoned building. I was showing it the other day, and I'd be like, I think this is the spot. And even how this happened, we did not run for it at all. The person literally
approached them,
came to us and said, we don't want anybody else in here but you.
Pink Apron.
And trust me, we prayed.
And it's not the first offer either.
No, it's not the first
not.
offer.
Oh my gosh, right before COVID, we nearly
signed off. Yeah.
We're getting a space where you can look out. The PA Hub is coming, a cafe and bistro, a one-stop shop for all your PA magic. I've always wanted a cafe, and we get to marry our 2 dreams together, just like how we're married. And we get to execute. So you can look out for that in the future. I believe latest by the end of the year, we should be up and running and open, but we're finally getting a physical space open to the public Monday to Saturday. It's called the PA Hub. It's a cafe and bistro, and PA stands for Pink Apron Hub, by the way, but so we love short things, we're lazy. The PA Hub, one-stop shop for all your PA magic, and so it's gonna be a space where you can get food, you can get coffee, you can get sweet treats,
and the pop-ups.
You can we can do pop-ups in there. It's a beautiful space, a modern space. We're currently building it out as we speak from the ground up. And that in itself, as I said, as Rissa said, that's a whole episode on itself, a whole new kettle of fish, a big faith move. But again, this has actually been 1 year in the pipeline. This project has been 1 year in the pipeline, and it's literally been a faith move every time. We've just been praying, and our prayer from day one has been, Lord, if this is not your will, make it not happen. Like, shut the door. And He's continued to open door after door, and step by step He's giving us faith for the next step. And so we're excited. We're really excited. You can look out for that. It's gonna be cool.
I'm so proud of you guys, and I feel honored to get to witness this. Even as we're talking, I'm like, this is a miracle.
It really is.
And I feel encouraged even in my faith and what God will do in my life. How He just brought things along the way, and I hope whoever is listening as well, that you feel encouraged that God will move move, when you walk in obedience,
Come
when you
on.
do the hard things, when you stay consistent. Oh, so many lessons. Anyways, Tim, back to you guys.
Appreciate you, J. Royce.
Back
Thank
to
you
you.
so
Thanks,
much.
Jess.
Thank you. Love you lots. Thank you for hosting today.
Yeah,
It was cool to share a bit of our story as it relates to Pink Apron, and there's more to come. It's an ongoing conversation. As always, Sky Lounge fam, we love you guys so much. Thank you for joining us today for episode 3. Stay tuned for the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm kidding.
Bye, guys.
Don't know.
This
Follow
are
the
you
page. We love you. Stay connected with us at the Sky Lounge podcast. We're excited for what's to come. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Cut!
Good job, y'all.
1
That did
o'clock on
long
the
though.
dot. 1 o'clock on the dot.
9 minutes.
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock on the dot. I didn't. What's up, PA fam? Timmy Sky here, alongside our team leader, Charissa
It's
Henry-Skyers.
exciting.
So, talk to us. Where are we right now?
We are at the soon-to-be PA Hub.
Soon to be PA Hub, yo. Let's
Yeah.
go. You heard it here first. PA is about to get bigger. We're gonna have a one-stop shop for all your PA magic. We've heard the cries, we've heard the comments, we've heard you guys, and we are opening a space finally. So guys, stay tuned to the page, see what's coming for the new space, the PA Hub, a one-stop cafe and bistro for all your PA magic. I'm excited. Are you excited?
It's very exciting.
Come on. Location to be revealed soon. Stay tuned.